So you were recognizing that you were attracting a certain level of toxicity and BS and nonsense to your life.
Yes.
What did that look like? What did you recognize? How did you figure it out? Like, how did all of that come through?
One of the things that I talk about a lot is mirror conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And in the process of recognizing that, one of the things is I had to be an overcomer to feel successful.
Mm-hmm.
How that came about was I was complaining about a dollar figure. Now, when I got out of the military, I had a dollar figure, and I went back and looked at how that dollar figure dissipated and what I spent that dollar figure on, and went back and realized that in 2017. So 2016, my father passed. In 2017, I said, if you give me this dollar figure again, I'll do better with it.
Right.
And in 2019, I had to go back and look at, I got that dollar figure, but I didn't get it in a way that I was going to get
the lump sum.
I didn't get the lump sum like I got it back in 2012. I got it, bits and pieces, 25 here or 30 there or 40 here, and it all totaled out to that. And I'm like, I mismanaged that totally. So why did I mismanage it? Because that need to be needed. I need to always overcome challenges in order to feel like I have succeeded. This is one of those moments. Pause for now. It's not even a praise break. Usually I look at Stefan, but I'm gonna look at this camera right now. If there is anybody out there that really has the condition, and I'll call it a condition, I need you to pause for a minute and look at your life and ask yourself the question: if everything was perfect, if I had all the money that I needed, if I had all the resources that I needed, if I had the flexibility that I needed, if I had all the time that I needed, would you be as hungry and would you be as willing to endure things in order to be successful or in order to get to that next level? That is where I realized that I needed to have something to overcome.
Right.
Because when I had all the money,
when everything was good,
I had all the money, when I had all the time, when I had all the flexibility, when I had the resources, then it's almost as if my self-sabotaging self said, "Oh, but then I'm not successful if it's not hard."
Right. If
I'm not fighting a good. You got to have a good fight of faith. If I don't have a test, I can't have a testimony. So I went and put myself in testing and trying and challenging experiences in order to be able to say,
look what I did.
Yeah, I did that, and even if I was going to step into the place of...
And of course you weren't putting yourself in these situations consciously.
No.
Right.
It was, we'd like to say no. We really would like to say that we were not. But when you look at the decision that you made, and you knew the decision that you were going to make was going to put you in a tight spot.
That's true.
It was a conscious decision to do X, Y, and Z that was going to make me wonder whether or not I was going to be able to do A, B, and C the next month.
Right.
So, yeah. On some places I did know I was doing it. But I didn't know it was from the necessity of being an overcomer complex. So the question was, what did I do and how did I took some time. What did I do was I literally looked at myself and looked at each area of my life, not just the overall, well, Joy, who are you? Joy, what do you do regularly? I started looking at meticulous. I started January, what did I do?
Right.
How did that impact February?
Right.
February, what did I do? How did that impact March? What did each decision, I went back and looked at each decision that I made in my life, whether it be financially, whether it be relationally, because brothers, men, for Joy, I had a whole series, which I will pick up, but now I'll pick it up differently, of Dear Black Men. Because I just felt like I needed...
We used to fight about Dear Black
Men.
We used to fight about Dear Black
I needed my brothers to know that they were appreciated and respected and honored. But why did I need it? Because whenever I walked into a situation as to where a guy said, "Oh my God, you're my wife," I was always upset. Like, you've just never been in the presence of a good person. Mm-hmm. You've never been in the presence of a woman that actually cares about you. So because you've not been in the presence of someone that cares about you, instantaneously you think, I'm going to be your wife. And I'm not. And I'm not. And so from that place, it was, I need my brothers to understand. That's what I thought.
But what that did was draw more men who wanted to be her wife.
Well, you wanted me to be her wife.
Because all it was Dear Black Men, you are wonderful and fantastic and masculine and beautiful. And I want you to know that I love you and I'm with you and I'm standing beside you. And I was like, Joy, you gotta stop this.
And so when I looked at the decision to start that and why I started it, that's just being one thing that was an example. I realized that it was from a place of my hurt and pain from my brothers, from my dad, and why I felt like I have a son. I want my son to know that there are women that will respect and appreciate him. So it was still from an emptiness or a place of need in me. And I began to realize how I was walking in such a level of hypocrisy.
Yeah, because I remember not when we first met, but when we kind of started doing this, and you turned me on to the Dear Black Men thing, and you invited me to a group and you kicked me out.
I did. You go away. Because you going to say some stuff.
But I remember us having the conversation. I remember saying to you, but Joy, you need to be speaking to the women, not to the men. Mm-hmm. Like, it's cool that you want to tell the men that they are loved, but it's more impactful for you to go teach all these women how to love their man. Then you don't have to be the one woman out here telling every man.
1,000 women. That's true. That's true. And then you want to endure. But then it was the other side of, go ahead. I can't stand you, Steph. This is why he's one of my best friends. He's my business partner. But I also want to just choke him up on most occasions. Yes. Like, I really do want to choke him up on most occasions. The reality of it was what I was missing in my own life of having a man that I can do that with and for. And needing the emptiness in me that needed to pour into my man. And because I failed in relationships or because I didn't have, then I was just going to open my arms. Everybody.
Everybody.
Don't get this love. Because when you look up wife in the dictionary, you see Joy's name. You see Joy's face.
Then Joy get mad when he be like, you my wife.
But I'm like, no, I am not.
Be like, but I looked in the dictionary and that was you.
So, yeah. Anyway, we're not just going to lie. This ain't just going to be about Joy. Okay, come on, Stefan.
Okay, what?
Come on, Stefan.